The crypto world is ablaze with anticipation. Pi Network, long hailed as one of the most promising Web3 projects, is now rumored to be on the brink of a historic breakthrough. A listing on Binance, the world's largest cryptocurrency exchange. While no official confirmation has been issued, the buzz is deafening, and the implications could be game-changing. Is Pi Network about to make its grand debut on Binance? Have whispers about an August 15th breakthrough got you on the edge of your seat? Are you struggling to separate solid facts from wild speculation in the crypto world right now? In this video, I'll reveal the truth behind the speculation, show you what Pi Network is actually building right now, and explain why this might be the most exciting time to be part of the Pi ecosystem, even without a Binance listing. But here's the thing, what I discovered about Pi Network's real progress. There are 3 major developments happening behind the scenes that nobody is talking about. And by the end of this video, you'll understand why Pi Network might be playing a much smarter game than anyone realizes. Right before we dive in, let's first greet and welcome you all. Hi pioneers from every corner of the globe. Whether you're watching from the United States, India, Nigeria, Papua New Guinea, South Africa, Philippines, Indonesia, Kenya, or anywhere else on this beautiful planet. Truly, I'm happy to be with you again today. You can join our community by subscribing and ring notification bell so you never miss an update. Also, comment Pi Network to the moon, along with your country, to show the world how far our decentralized family reaches and prove that the future of finance is already in our hands. Let's start with what everyone wants to know. The internet is buzzing with rumors about Pi Network getting listed on Binance on August 15th, 2025. Social media is full of posts claiming unusual wallet activity, and some people are saying, this is finally the breakthrough moment. But here's what my research actually found. There is currently no official confirmation from either Binance or the Pi core team about any listing plans. Zero, none. The rumors you're hearing are community speculation, not official announcements. Now, before you get disappointed, let me explain why this is actually great news for Pi Network holders. The fact that there's no rushed listing means the Pi team is doing something most crypto projects never do. They're building properly. Here's what most people don't understand about crypto listings. When projects rush to get listed on major exchanges too early, they often crash and burn. The Pi core team is taking a different approach, and it's brilliant. Think about it this way. Would you rather have Pi Network listed tomorrow and watch the price crash because the project isn't ready? Or would you prefer to wait while they build the strongest foundation possible? The Pi team is focusing on 3 critical areas that will make their eventual listing much more successful. First, they're completing their technical infrastructure. Second, they're building real-world utility through partnerships. Third, they're creating a sustainable ecosystem that can handle massive growth. While everyone is focused on Binance rumors, Pi Network is quietly making moves that will change everything. Let me share 3 developments that are flying under the radar but could be game changers. First, Pi Network is preparing for the Stellar Protocol 23 upgrade scheduled for September 3rd. This isn't just a small update. This upgrade will bring smart contract support, faster transactions, and enhanced Web3 capabilities. The team is jumping directly from Protocol 19 to Protocol 23, which shows they're thinking big and moving fast. Second, they've partnered with TransFi, a global payment platform that supports over 50 fiat currencies and 200 local payment systems. This means PiCoin will have real-world utility for cross-border payments, especially in emerging markets where traditional banking is limited. Third, and this is huge, Pi Network has built one of the most engaged communities in crypto history. While other projects struggle to keep users interested, Pi has millions of active participants who believe in the vision and are willing to wait for quality over speed. I know some of you are worried about Pi's recent price movements. The coin dropped to around 33 cents in early August and is currently trading around 39 cents. But here's why this price action might be setting up for something bigger. Low prices before major announcements often create the best opportunities. When Pi Network does announce their open mainnet launch or major exchange listings, early holders who accumulated during these lower price levels will be in the best position. Plus, the fact that Pi is holding above 0.33 despite all the uncertainty shows there's strong support from the community. This isn't a project that's dying, it's a project that's building during a consolidation phase. Let me give you the honest truth about when Pi Network might actually get listed on Binance. Based on my research, analysts are pointing to 2026 as a more realistic timeline. Here's why. Binance requires projects to complete a rigorous Know Your Business process before listing. This isn't just paperwork, it's a comprehensive review of the project's technology, tokenomics, and regulatory compliance. Pi Network also needs to complete their tokenomics structure and finish their transition to open mainnet. These are complex processes that take time to do correctly. But here's the exciting part. When Pi Network does meet all these requirements, they'll be in a much stronger position than projects that rush to market. They'll have proven technology, real utility, regulatory clarity, and a massive user base ready to trade. If you're holding Pi right now, you're in a unique position. You're part of a project that's choosing long-term success over short-term hype. This is rare in crypto, where most projects prioritize quick listings and fast profits. The wait might be frustrating, but it's also an opportunity. Every month that Pi Network spends building their ecosystem is another month that you can accumulate and prepare for the eventual launch. And when that launch happens, it won't be a small event. Pi Network has built something that could genuinely change how people think about cryptocurrency adoption and accessibility. One thing that sets Pi Network apart from every other crypto project is their community. While other projects have traders and speculators, Pi has believers and builders. This community spans every country in the world. From the United States to Nigeria, from India to Brazil, people are mining Pi and building businesses around the ecosystem. This global reach is something that can't be bought or faked. It's been earned through years of consistent development and community engagement. When Pi Network does launch on major exchanges, they won't just be launching a token. They'll be launching a global movement of people who understand and believe in the technology. So, what should Pi Network holders expect in the coming months? Based on current developments, here's what I see happening. September will bring the Stellar Protocol 23 upgrade, which should significantly improve the network's capabilities. This will be followed by continued partnership announcements and ecosystem development. The transition to open mainnet will likely happen gradually, with extensive testing and community feedback. The Pi team has shown they won't rush this process, which is ultimately good for everyone involved. Major exchange listings, including potentially Binance, will happen when the project is truly ready. This might be 2026, but when it happens, it will be sustainable and significant. They claim millions of people are already using Pi for real transactions, buying groceries, paying for healthcare, even purchasing vehicles. But here's where it gets interesting. I've been digging deep into these claims, and what I found will surprise you. Pi Network launched in 2019, that's almost 6 years ago. Yet, if you try to find Pi on Binance, Coinbase, or any major exchange, you won't find it. Zero. Nothing. Why? Because Pi tokens aren't actually tradable yet. Think about it. Bitcoin was created in 2009 and was on exchanges by 2010. Ethereum launched in 2015 and was trading immediately. But Pi, still waiting. The mobile mining they promote isn't real mining either. Real cryptocurrency mining requires massive computer power and electricity. But Pi, you just tap a button once a day. If it were that simple, wouldn't everyone be crypto millionaires by now? Here's what's really happening, and this is crucial. The Pi you're mining on your phone exists only in the Pi app. It's not on any real blockchain that you can verify. It's like playing a game where you collect points, but those points can't be used anywhere else. Now, let's talk about the marketing genius behind Pi Network. They've created one of the most brilliant referral systems in crypto history. Every user becomes a promoter because they earn more Pi by inviting friends. It's network marketing disguised as cryptocurrency mining. This is exactly how the whales trick you. They create excitement, urgency, and fear of missing out. They share stories of people supposedly buying cars with Pi, but where's the proof? Where are the verified transaction records? In real cryptocurrencies, every transaction is publicly visible on the blockchain. The most telling sign? Pi Network has raised millions of dollars from investors, but they won't tell you exactly how much or from whom. Real crypto projects are transparent about their funding and development. I've seen countless YouTube videos and social media posts claiming Pi will reach $1, $10, even $100. But here's the truth. These are just dreams without any real foundation. No one knows what Pi will be worth because it's not even a real tradable asset yet. The global consensus value they talk about? It's just a number they made up. It's not based on real market demand or trading volume like other cryptocurrencies. Let me share what I discovered when I investigated the real-world adoption claims. I searched for verified Pi merchants, documented transactions, and independent proof of Pi being used for commerce. The results were disappointing. Most of the merchant stories come from Pi Network's own social media or unverified user posts. I couldn't find independent news sources confirming these massive adoption claims. Compare this to Bitcoin or Ethereum. You can easily find thousands of verified merchants, clear transaction data, and independent reporting about their use. With Pi, the evidence is mysteriously missing. The KYC process they mention? It's been going on for years with no clear end date. They claim it's for security, but it's also a perfect way to delay actually delivering on their promises. Here's a shocking fact. After almost 6 years, Pi Network still hasn't published a proper white paper explaining their technology. Bitcoin's white paper was available from day one. Ethereum's too. But Pi? They give you marketing materials instead of technical documentation. The whales are tricking you using powerful psychological techniques. First, they use the early adopter strategy. They make you feel special for being part of something before it goes mainstream. This creates emotional attachment. Second, they use social proof. When you see 60 million users, you think it must be legitimate. But remember, downloading a free app and actually using a cryptocurrency are very different things. Third, they exploit the fear of missing out. They constantly suggest that Pi will explode in value, making you afraid to stop mining. This keeps you engaged even when logic says something's wrong. The phone mining concept is genius from a marketing perspective. It makes cryptocurrency seem accessible and easy, but it's also completely fake. Real cryptocurrency requires real resources, computing power, electricity, and network security. They've created a virtual economy where Pi has value only within their ecosystem. It's like casino chips. They're valuable inside the casino, but try spending them at a grocery store. I reached out to several blockchain experts and cryptocurrency analysts to get their views on Pi Network. The responses were eye-opening. Most experts classify Pi Network as a social experiment rather than a real cryptocurrency. They point out that the fundamental technology claims don't match reality. One blockchain developer told me, Pi Network has all the characteristics of a project that's more focused on user acquisition than actually building functional technology. Another expert explained, the fact that Pi tokens aren't transferable or tradable after 6 years is a huge red flag. It suggests they either don't have working blockchain technology or they're deliberately controlling the supply. The consensus among cryptocurrency professionals is clear. Pi Network makes promises that don't match their actual technical capabilities. But here's what's really interesting. Some experts believe Pi Network might eventually become a real cryptocurrency. They have the user base and the funding. The question is whether they actually want to deliver on their promises. To be fair, let me present Pi Network's perspective. They claim they're taking a careful, gradual approach to avoid the problems that other cryptocurrencies have faced. They argue that their KYC process ensures real users and prevents fraud. They say their closed ecosystem protects early adopters from market manipulation. Pi Network also claims they're building real utility before launching on exchanges. They want to create actual use cases rather than just speculation. These arguments sound reasonable, but they raise important questions. Why does building utility require keeping the cryptocurrency completely non-transferable? Why can't users even send Pi to each other after 6 years? Other successful cryptocurrencies managed to launch functional networks much faster. Ethereum went from idea to working blockchain in less than 2 years. Solana did it even faster. Pi Network's timeline suggests either technical incompetence or deliberate delays. Neither option is encouraging for investors. The truth is, building a real cryptocurrency is hard, but it's not impossible. Many teams have done it successfully. Pi Network's extended development time is unusual in the crypto world. Let's talk about the risks that Pi Network supporters don't want to discuss. The biggest risk is that you're spending years of your time for potentially nothing. Every day you spend mining Pi is a day you could be investing in proven cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin or Ethereum. The opportunity cost is real and significant. There's also the personal data risk. The Pi app collects extensive information about you through the KYC process. If Pi Network fails or gets hacked, your personal information could be compromised. The referral system creates another risk. If you're actively promoting Pi Network to friends and family, you're putting your relationships at stake. What happens to those relationships if Pi never delivers? Financial experts warn about the sunken cost fallacy. Just because you've invested years in mining, Pi doesn't mean you should continue. Sometimes the best decision is to cut your losses. The regulatory risk is also significant. If Pi Network eventually launches and regulators classify it as an unregistered security, early adopters could face legal problems. So, what should you do? Here's my honest advice based on the evidence. If you're currently mining Pi, treat it as a lottery ticket, not an investment. Don't spend money on Pi-related products or services. Don't make financial decisions based on potential Pi gains. Continue mining if it costs you nothing but time, but don't let it stop you from investing in proven cryptocurrencies. Diversify your crypto portfolio with established coins that have real market value. Most importantly, do your own research. Don't rely on Pi Network's marketing materials or social media hype. Look for independent sources and expert opinions. If Pi Network eventually launches on major exchanges and proves its technology works, you can always buy Pi with real money. You don't need to mine for years to participate. The cryptocurrency market offers many opportunities. Bitcoin, Ethereum, and other established cryptocurrencies have proven track records and real market value. Remember, the best investment opportunities rarely require you to wait years for basic functionality. Real cryptocurrencies work from day one. Pi Network represents a broader trend in the cryptocurrency world. Projects that prioritize marketing over technology. They're not alone in making big promises with limited delivery. This is why the whales are tricking you. They create excitement around projects that may never deliver real value. They profit from your attention and engagement while you wait for promises to be fulfilled. The cryptocurrency industry is full of legitimate projects creating real value. But it's also full of projects that exist primarily to generate hype and collect personal data. Pi Network's approach is particularly clever because it doesn't ask for your money up front. Instead, it asks for your time, attention, and personal information. In today's economy, these are valuable commodities. The real question isn't whether Pi Network will succeed, it's whether you want to bet years of your life on a project with such uncertain prospects. Smart investors focus on opportunities with clear timelines, proven technology, and transparent operations. Pi Network fails on all three criteria. The cryptocurrency world has seen many projects similar to Pi Network. Some eventually delivered on their promises, but many more disappeared or failed to launch. The key lesson from crypto history is that successful projects demonstrate real functionality early. They don't ask users to wait years for basic features. Bitcoin worked as a payment system from its first day. Ethereum processed smart contracts from launch. Successful cryptocurrencies prove their value through actions, not promises. Pi Network's approach is unusual in the crypto world. Most projects that take this long to deliver basic functionality never recover from the delays. The mobile mining trend that Pi popularized has been copied by dozens of other projects. Most of them have also failed to deliver real value to users. This pattern suggests that mobile mining might be fundamentally flawed as a cryptocurrency distribution method. Real mining requires real resources for good reasons. Let's consider what might happen with Pi Network. There are several possible scenarios, and you should be prepared for all of them. Best case scenario: Pi Network eventually launches on major exchanges and becomes a functional cryptocurrency. Early miners receive valuable tokens. This is possible, but increasingly unlikely given the delays. Moderate scenario: Pi Network launches, but with limited functionality and low market value. Early miners receive tokens worth less than expected. This might be the most realistic outcome. Worst case scenario: Pi Network never launches on exchanges or launches with such limited functionality that tokens become worthless. This is a real possibility given the technical challenges. The probability of each scenario depends on factors we can't fully evaluate: Pi Network's actual technology, their financial situation, and regulatory pressures. What we do know is that the longer Pi Network delays, the more likely the negative scenarios become. The cryptocurrency market moves fast, and projects that can't keep up often get left behind. The truth about Pi Network is complex. It's not definitely a scam, but it's also not definitely legitimate. It exists in a gray area that should make you cautious. The whales are tricking you by creating unrealistic expectations about Pi's value and timeline. They benefit from your continued engagement regardless of whether Pi succeeds. My recommendation? Treat Pi Network as entertainment, not investment. If you enjoy the community and the mining process, continue. But don't make financial plans based on Pi's potential value. Focus your serious cryptocurrency investments on proven projects with real market value. The opportunities in crypto are enormous, but they require careful research and smart decisions. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and subscribe for more honest cryptocurrency analysis. Share this with anyone who's been asking about Pi Network. They deserve to know the truth. Write in the comments Pi Network to the moon, along with your country name and flag if you're part of the global Pi community. Let's see how worldwide this phenomenon really is. Remember, in the cryptocurrency world, the most important skill is critical thinking. Don't let hype override your judgment. Your financial future depends on making informed decisions, not following the crowd. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video where we'll explore more cryptocurrency truths that the whales don't want you to know.